As the Golden State Warriors enter the 2024-25 season, they're experiencing a major shift, one that involves the departure of one of their most iconic players, Klay Thompson. After years of success and chemistry alongside Stephen Curry and Draymond Green, Thompson made a bold move to join the Dallas Mavericks after failing to secure the contract extension he had hoped for. This move has undoubtedly left a hole in the Warriors' lineup, but for Draymond Green, nothing changes when it comes to his competitive mindset. In fact, facing Thompson will be no different than squaring off against another close friend of his, LeBron James. Leave your like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. I'm going straight at him, Green said with his trademark intensity. I've always done that with my older brother when we played. So, this isn't anything new for me. People always have something to say about my friendship with LeBron, but when it comes to competition, I go harder at him than anyone else. I really try to take him down on the court, and he does the same with me. That's just how it is between us. So, if people think I'm going to take it easy on Klay, they've got it all wrong. In fact, I'll probably be more amped up to go at Klay than I would be if it were Kyrie. Green is no stranger to the criticism that surrounds his friendship with LeBron James. Throughout their careers, many have speculated that their off-court bond affects the intensity of their matchups. But Green is quick to shut that down, emphasizing that no matter how close he may be with someone personally, when it comes to the game, it's all business. He knows how to compartmentalize his relationships and his role as a competitor. As far as Thompson's move to Dallas, Green doesn't see it as a problem for their friendship or for what they built together during their time with the Warriors. It was a happy breakup, if you even want to call it that, Green explained with a smile. Most breakups are messy. You see it all the time. Players leave, and suddenly, there's bad blood between teammates or organizations. But that's not the case here. I wouldn't even classify it as a breakup. It's more like the start of a new chapter for both of us. For Steph and me, it's just a new opportunity to show what we can do without him. We've been through a lot together, and now, we'll see what's next. Over the years, Green and Thompson formed part of a trio that helped redefine the modern NBA. Alongside Stephen Curry, they were key figures in the Warriors dynasty that claimed multiple championships and revolutionized the game with their unique playing style. So, naturally, seeing Thompson in a different uniform will be a strange sight for both Green and Curry. But for Green, their bond is strong enough to withstand the change, and on the court, there will be no love lost. The friendship between Green and LeBron has been a topic of conversation for years, and for good reason. Their relationship began in an unlikely fashion. Once fierce rivals in the NBA Finals, they were involved in several heated moments, including an infamous altercation in the 2016 Finals that resulted in Green's suspension. Despite that, they eventually developed a mutual respect and friendship, which has only grown over the years. Many fans and analysts have questioned whether this friendship affects their competitiveness on the court, but Green has consistently proven that, if anything, it pushes him to play even harder against LeBron. It's a mindset he'll take into his matchups against Thompson as well. For me, it's about leaving everything on the floor, no matter who's on the other side, Green continued. I don't care if it's LeBron, Klay, or anybody else. Once that game starts, all the off-court stuff goes out the window. I've always taken pride in my ability to compete at the highest level, and that's never going to change. Klay knows that. We're brothers, but when we're on the court, he's going to get the same treatment that LeBron gets. That's just how I approach the game. Stephen Curry, too, will face the unfamiliar experience of playing against his longtime teammate and friend. For Curry, Thompson has been more than just a teammate. He's been a partner in building a basketball dynasty. The two shared countless unforgettable moments on the court, from setting records to winning championships. Now, Curry will have to adjust to seeing Thompson as an opponent for the first time in his career. Your friends first, teammates second, Curry said, echoing Green's sentiments. That's how it's always been with me and Klay. Our bond goes way beyond basketball, but when we step on the court, it's all about competing. I love Klay, and I'll always have a ton of respect for him. For 78 games during the season, I'm going to be rooting for him and watching his games, even if I'm not cheering out loud. But those 4 games where we face each other, I'm going at him full force. No question about it. This will be the first season that Curry, Green, and Thompson won't be suiting up together since they began their careers. While each of them joined the Warriors at different times, they've always been united in their pursuit of greatness. Their chemistry and teamwork became the backbone of the Warriors' success, leading to multiple championships and a lasting legacy in the NBA. However, now, in 2024-25, Curry and Green will experience the challenge of facing a former teammate who played an instrumental role in building that legacy. For Warriors fans, seeing Thompson in a Mavericks uniform will undoubtedly be bittersweet. He's been a fan favorite for years, known for his incredible shooting ability and his contributions to the team's championship runs. But as much as it may be difficult for fans and former teammates alike, both Green and Curry are ready to embrace the new reality. They know that basketball is a business, and while the relationships they've built will last a lifetime, the game itself is always about competition. As the season unfolds, all eyes will be on the matchups between the Warriors and Mavericks. Each game will carry a heightened level of emotion, especially when Thompson returns to the Chase Center in Dallas colors. It will be a strange sight for Warriors fans to cheer for their team while watching one of their all-time favorites on the other side. But for Draymond Green and Stephen Curry, the goal remains the same: win, no matter who's on the other side of the court. And when that other side includes Klay Thompson, they'll be ready to give it everything they've got. After a brief absence from the team, Andrew Wiggins made his way back to the court this past Tuesday, taking part in practice with the Golden State Warriors. Wiggins, who had been dealing with an illness, missed crucial training sessions and the Warriors' preseason game against the Los Angeles Clippers in Hawaii. Though his participation in practice is a step forward, his availability for the next game against the Sacramento Kings remains uncertain. ESPN's Kendra Andrews reported that while Wiggins has made progress, it's likely that the Warriors will continue to exercise caution, keeping him out of that matchup as well. Despite this uncertainty, Wiggins' return to the practice court is a promising sign for both him and the Warriors organization. With 2 weeks left before the regular season begins, there is optimism that the forward will be ready to play when the games start to count. The Warriors' season opener is slated for October 23rd, when they will face the Portland Trail Blazers in an away game. As the regular season approaches, all eyes are on Wiggins' recovery and his potential impact on a team that will need every bit of firepower it can get. Head coach Steve Kerr has made it clear that he's eager to see Wiggins back in the lineup. The Warriors are entering the season with a relatively thin roster, and Wiggins is expected to play a crucial role as a starter in the 2024-25 campaign. Kerr, always supportive of his players, has expressed high hopes for Wiggins, especially given the personal and physical challenges the Canadian forward has faced over the past 2 years. Andrew looks to be in great shape, physically, Kerr said in a recent interview. I've had several conversations with him, and he seems very motivated and very much at peace with where he is mentally. He knows the past couple of years have been tough on him for a variety of reasons, but I truly believe he's ready to get back to the level of performance we saw a few years ago. I'm expecting a big season from him. Wiggins' journey with the Warriors began in 2020 when he was traded from the Minnesota Timberwolves in a move that ultimately breathed new life into his career. The trade was a game-changer for both Wiggins and the Warriors, as the forward quickly found his stride in Golden State. His defining moment came during the Warriors' 2022 NBA championship run, where he played a key role in securing the title. That same season, Wiggins earned his first-ever All-Star selection, a testament to his hard work and growth as a player. He posted impressive numbers, averaging 17.2 points, 4.5 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game, cementing his place as one of the team's most important contributors. However, the years following that championship run have been far from easy for Wiggins. He faced personal struggles that significantly impacted his performance on the court. Though the specific nature of these issues has never been fully disclosed, they clearly affected Wiggins' ability to maintain the same level of play. During the 2023-24 season, for instance, he missed 11 games due to these personal matters, creating uncertainty about his future. Then, in September of this year, tragedy struck when Wiggins' father passed away, a devastating loss that undoubtedly took a toll on the forward. In the wake of these challenges, Kerr and the rest of the Warriors organization have been incredibly supportive of Wiggins, both on and off the court. Kerr, in particular, has voiced his belief that Wiggins will be fully focused on basketball as the new season begins. With Klay Thompson departing during free agency, the team is counting on Wiggins to step up and fill the scoring void left behind. Kerr has mentioned that he expects Wiggins to be the team's second leading scorer behind Stephen Curry, which speaks volumes about the confidence the Warriors have in him. There's definitely a void that we need to fill, Kerr acknowledged. We're going to have to make some adjustments to how we approach things, but Wiggins is going to be a big part of our plans. He's still young, and he's already proven that he can give us 20 points a night. We're going to rely on him a lot more this season. He's at the right age to be hitting his physical prime, and we've already seen what he's capable of when he's locked in. In his 5 seasons with the Warriors, Wiggins has been a consistent contributor, posting averages of 16.6 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.2 assists per game. Perhaps even more impressive has been his improvement as a shooter, particularly from beyond the arc. Since joining the Warriors, Wiggins has shot 38.1% from three-point range, a key factor in the team's offensive scheme. His ability to space the floor and knock down perimeter shots has made him a valuable asset alongside Curry and the rest of the Warriors' sharpshooters. As the Warriors gear up for the 2024-25 season, the expectation is that Wiggins will be a critical piece in their pursuit of another championship. The team, while still formidable, has undergone some significant changes, most notably the departure of Klay Thompson. Without Thompson, the Warriors will need Wiggins to shoulder more responsibility on both ends of the floor. Not only will he be asked to score more, but he'll also need to continue his role as one of the team's top defenders, often tasked with guarding the opponent's best perimeter player. For Wiggins, this season represents an opportunity to put the past 2 difficult years behind him and return to the form that made him an all-star. He's still only 29 years old, which means he's entering what should be the prime of his career. With the support of his teammates, coaches, and the Warriors organization as a whole, Wiggins has every reason to be optimistic about what lies ahead. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining whether Wiggins will be fully ready for the season opener. As the Warriors continue their pre-season preparations, the focus will be on getting Wiggins back to 100% health and integrating him into the team's game plan. With his skill set, experience, and hunger to succeed, Wiggins has the potential to be one of the key players for the Warriors this season. As Kerr and the Warriors look to reclaim their place at the top of the NBA, Wiggins' return to full strength could very well be the X-factor that determines how far this team can go. While there are still some hurdles to overcome, the Warriors are confident that Wiggins will rise to the occasion and help lead the team to another deep playoff run. For now, all eyes are on his recovery and the countdown to the regular season. This off-season, the Golden State Warriors made a deliberate decision not to trade away their promising young talents, despite the opportunity to acquire a more established second option to complement their franchise player, Steph Curry. The Warriors engaged in preliminary talks with the LA Clippers regarding a potential sign-and-trade deal for Paul George before his eventual contract extension with the Philadelphia 76ers. However, those discussions hit a wall when Golden State showed reluctance to include emerging prospects like Jonathan Kuminga or rookie Brandon Podziemski in any package deal. A similar situation unfolded in the Warriors' pursuit of Utah Jazz's rising star, Lauri Markkanen, as they opted to hold on to their young core rather than pursue a blockbuster trade. Now, with the regular season approaching, many are left speculating about whether the Warriors will revisit the idea of trading Kuminga at some point this season. One such scenario, suggested by Grant Hughes of Bleacher Report, involved the LA Clippers as a potential landing spot for Kuminga if the Warriors were to reconsider moving the young forward. Hughes raised the possibility of a more intriguing trade proposal involving the Clippers' superstar, Kawhi Leonard. According to Hughes, if the Clippers were to entertain the idea of trading Kawhi Leonard, a purely hypothetical situation at this point, someone would have to make up the main salary component. Andrew Wiggins and his $26.3 million contract wouldn't necessarily be the centerpiece of such a deal. For the Clippers to part ways with Leonard, they would need to acquire a player with significant star potential, and that's where someone like Jonathan Kuminga comes into the conversation. While this scenario remains entirely speculative, it's an intriguing idea that speaks to both teams' evolving priorities. The Clippers' outlook heading into the season is uncertain, given Leonard's recent struggles with injuries. Although Leonard is still considered one of the league's elite players when healthy, his ability to remain on the court consistently has been a major question mark. Since leading the Clippers to the Western Conference Finals in 2021, Leonard has struggled with knee injuries, including a torn ACL that kept him out of the entire 2021-2022 season and limited his availability during the 2022-2023 campaign. While his talent remains unquestionable, the reality is that Leonard hasn't completed a full playoff run since the 2020 NBA bubble, which could influence the Clippers' long-term plans. For the Warriors, deciding whether to part ways with a young and talented player like Kuminga for someone like Leonard would undoubtedly be a tough call. Kuminga, a highly touted lottery pick from the 2021 NBA draft, is viewed as a key piece of the Warriors' future. His combination of athleticism, versatility, and defensive prowess has made him one of the more promising young players in the league. Though his minutes have fluctuated during his first 2 seasons with Golden State, his potential as a two-way star has drawn significant interest from teams across the league. However, the Warriors are no strangers to making bold moves when the timing is right. Back in 2020, they traded for Andrew Wiggins, who has since emerged as a crucial piece in their 2022 championship run. The team may find itself at another crossroads this season, especially if they're looking to maximize Curry's remaining prime years. If Golden State wants to secure another championship during the Curry era, adding another elite-level player could be tempting. But the risk of acquiring Leonard, with his injury history, adds another layer of complexity. For the Clippers, the possibility of trading Leonard would signal a major shift in their trajectory. Leonard, along with Paul George, has been the cornerstone of their franchise since they both signed with the team in 2019. The duo was supposed to lead the Clippers to their first NBA title, but so far, injuries and underwhelming playoff performances have left the team falling short of those lofty expectations. With Leonard's future health in question and the Clippers' window for contention possibly shrinking, it's conceivable that they could explore trading Leonard if their season doesn't go as planned. The idea of trading Leonard would likely only come into play if the Clippers found themselves struggling to stay competitive. As Hughes pointed out, if the Clippers are hovering around the play-in tournament in February, they may have to seriously consider reshuffling their roster. This could open the door for discussions around trading Leonard and potentially rebuilding around younger players like Kuminga. For Golden State, the potential acquisition of Leonard would bring both excitement and concern. On the one hand, Leonard is a two-time NBA champion, a two-time NBA Finals MVP, and one of the best defensive players of his generation. His ability to impact both ends of the floor makes him a game-changer when healthy. On the other hand, the Warriors would have to weigh the risks associated with Leonard's injury history. Trading for Leonard would mean parting with a significant asset like Kuminga, who could develop into a star in his own right. Steve Kerr, the Warriors' head coach, has expressed his excitement about Kuminga's potential, particularly his defensive upside and his ability to impact games in multiple ways. Kerr sees Kuminga as an important part of the team's future, and trading him for a player with Leonard's injury concerns would be a gamble, albeit one that could pay off in a big way if Leonard stays healthy. Ultimately, the likelihood of a trade involving Leonard and Kuminga remains low at this stage, especially given the unpredictability of both teams' seasons. The Clippers are entering the season with high hopes of contending in the Western Conference, while the Warriors are also looking to return to championship contention with their core of Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green still intact. However, the unpredictable nature of the NBA means that these scenarios, while unlikely, are never completely off the table. In the end, whether or not the Warriors decide to trade Kuminga will depend largely on how the season unfolds. If Kuminga continues to develop and shows the potential to become a star, it's unlikely that Golden State would part ways with him. But if the team feels that they need to make a win-now move to bolster their championship chances, a trade involving Kuminga could still be a possibility. For now, both the Warriors and the Clippers are focused on the task at hand, but as the season progresses, the landscape could shift, leading to new and unexpected trade discussions.